welcome to Aaron Plays. This will be episode 20 of my playthrough with Mark of the Battle of Austerlitz, the game called Rising Eagles, Austerlitz 1805 by Hexasim Games. Welcome, we're in turn 4, 9 AM, which seems to be dragging on a little bit, and it's over to Mark to activate the coalition forces. Over to you, Mark.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, looking at this turn's been going on for a while. The left flank, both sides have pretty much all moved. On the right flank, the Russian guards have got an activation left. It's all going to happen in the centre for me. The French have pretty much moved, except for some formations that remain unsighted. So my options here are around Pratsa and Kobelnitz. I've got Langeron's Corps as an option. The third corps in Pratsa, or the cavalry, the fifth corps. I've got a gap opened up between Kobelnitz and Pratsa. Well, it's not a gap that's been opened up, it's been prized open very rudely by the French.
I like you use the word prized. I like to use the word kick.
Yeah. So what we'll do first and foremost here is we're going to try, firstly for Langeron at Kobelnitz.
This will be your third attempt at this bloke, won't it?
He's got an activation left, something along those lines. And he's not bad, actually. He's an 8. So he's got a fairly decent chance. So let me make that roll now. It's a 7.
The man's up.
So Langeron is up. And
I'm just checking here. We are in turn finishing, though, aren't we? Yes, we are.
Yeah. His corps are around Kobelnitz. And just to the east of it, he's got a solitary artillery battery and some routed units that are stacked with some non-routed units. So let's see, what do we do here? Well, firstly, we've got offensive fire before I start thinking about the movement in too much depth. His orders are Kobelnitz. Now, here's a question for you, Aaron, just to double check something.
Yeah.
On the little player aid you get that has the full battlefield on, and it's got the red dots that signify where you can place orders.
Oh, yeah.
Now, those red dots, see if it's in a town, are in one hex of the town. Now, I've always played this, that the red dot is the area that you must move within 3 hexes of. For instance.
Correct, yeah.
That's your objective. Is that how you play it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not 3 hexes of the town, it's 3 hexes.
No, it's not 3 hexes. The towns can end up being pretty big, can't they? So yeah. It would be.
No, it's 3 hexes where the town, which is interesting because, yeah, I know, guys, this is slightly off topic, but it's related. So we're going to keep recording here. In the first game of the series, the Waterloo, it had areas on the map rather than an actual dot.
Right. Mm.
But Austerlitz been the second game, and subsequently in Quatre Bras and in Ligny, he had the dots all over the map rather than the areas. But we play tested the second Waterloo version, and it had areas still on the map, unless that's something he hadn't changed for that.
I've forgotten about that.
So it's interesting if in the second edition of Waterloo, if and hopefully gets released, because I don't have a copy, you can't get.
It's been a long while.
He will actually go to the dots that the second, third, and fourth game in the series have done. So
yeah.
Anyway, I digress. Bring back Langeron finally gets off his arse. What's he doing?
Okay.
Yes, I use the word arse because this is not children friendly.
Artillery battery A will fire.
He's not moving too far away then, so he's planning to hang around.
He's only going to be moving 1x, so he's got two stacks right next to him. Incredible amount of French in assault columns. I'll go for the ones with a low morale. Got much better chance of affecting them. So there's a big stack of 4 units with the 10th Legier on the top.
Yeah.
Now, hang on. Before I do that, I've got another battery to the west. Reg B, who I think they have line of sight. Oh, we're going to fire at a different unit. So Reg A will fire at the 10th Legier. It's +1 because they're only a small artillery battery, less than 4 points, and -1 for being adjacent. So it's a 0 DRM. Whoa, they've been put off their aim. So no dice. Now, my regular artillery battery B, who is stacked with the Langeron, it's at another half battery. Now, where do I want to move them to? I think that they too can fire. But they can't fire at the 28th line or the 57th line because they're hidden
behind the ridges.
So their only possible target really is the 16.5 foot battery, which is 3 hexes away.
Net
+1. Did you? No, it's going to be +1 for their battery size, +1 for the range.
Yeah, net +2.
Net +2. I didn't hear what you said. Sorry, the sound cut out.
Okay.
So let me do that now. That's a 9, so that's a miss. But let me just mark that hex as fired. And finally, you're in a village there. I've got some infantry in Kobelnetz itself who can fire at your infantry who are adjacent, but that would be at a +1 because you're in the village. So let me do that. That's a 5, +1 is a 6. So no successful fires from Langeron's car. That's good news for those French. So movement, the half battery has got to move out the way. You can't move further away from Quebec. Well, you could actually move to there.
Yeah,
you're allowed to move one. You're allowed to move 1 hex.
You can move where you want to, really.
So he will, and he will be joined by
steady infantry.
Those unsteady infantry. So that's them done. Next, the guys in the village itself move up the slope.
Are you falling back?
No. I really want the cavalry stacked with anyone there. Let's see. Put the guns. The guns will go there. There we go. So they've all moved within orders. That's them. So that's his Turn complete. Let me roll end of possible end of turn. It's a 9, which is not enough.
No.
I'll take the move markers off. I'll take the fire markers off.
Over to me.
And it's back to the French.
Well, as you quite rightly pointed out, the French are pretty much done. Barat's had 2 activations. Angeron. The only person, people who haven't, are the Imperial Guard and the main man. You know what? I think the French are actually going to pass.
Are they?
Yeah. Well, I've got no Soul's gone, Verdoc's gone. I don't really want to activate the guard. Quite happy with what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't need to commit the guard yet. Davu's. I'm pretty. I'm not going to get the +1 modifier unless I do activate Verdoc. But I'd rather. You've got a lot of unactivated guys, as you said, here with your Liechtenstein's cavalry and Collaros Corps. If they come forward, then I can at least react with them against the guard. So Napoleon, I've done his activation with units. He's too far away to help my routed guys near the Savane at the Santon. I suppose I could start moving him that way, couldn't I? But I think I'll keep him on a pass at the present moment in case anything needs rallying in the centre if you do something with cholera. So yeah, it's going to be a pass from the French. So I'll just do my end of turn die roll. Okay. So this is where I want 11 or 12. Come on, boys. Yeah. 6.
No.
That's half of it. I hope I'll get the other half.
I'll forget the other half next time. Yeah.
Okay.
Back to the Allies, eh? Right. I'm going to try and activate Przebskowicz, 3rd column in Pratzer.
Yeah.
He is a 7. So here it goes. I get a 7, just
enough.
Yeah. Now, let's see what they're going to be doing. Looking at my terrain effects chart a second.
If you need a moment, I can pause.
No, it's just a 2-second thing. So there, start there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. You won't be firing.
Yeah, it's always a hard part, isn't it? Is working out if I fire.
Yeah, working out who's going to fire and who's not. So if he moves to, if you can pause it a second, just so people aren't. Right, so there's no offensive fire. I need to keep the movement options open for this column to try and close this gap a little. So what we're going to do.
Their orders are Pratt's, aren't they?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So I've got to stay within 3 hectares of that black flag. So we go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. What I was checking in the TE, the train effects chart, was how much artillery movement was to get up a slope. It's just +1, the same as everything else. Now, Katustov will be carried along.
Yeah, that's fine.
Next is these units in the northern part of Prats. So let's have a look. Artillery can move 2. and I've got one battery. I need to have a think about 1, 2, 3. I need to keep him in reserve probably for the time being. Keep him on the road there. That's the trail there. That'd be handy. That's him activated. So they've consolidated that defensive line, trying to move over a little bit to close the gap. And that is that call's movement completed. So I shall roll the end of turn. I get a 7. So let me take the move markers off. And it's back to the French.
The French have got no further input at this present moment. Napoleon still doesn't feel it's worth it, and I'm still not committing the guard. So my end of turn die roll. So pass from me, end of turn.
Okay.
It's further away. God blimey.
Say again.
It's further away. I rolled a 5 this time.
Oh, sorry, I hadn't seen your dice roll. Yep. Okay. I turn. I don't think we're going to be needing to play one of our combat cards this turn. So I've got one card left to play. So I'm going to play Scouts.
Okay.
Which I've placed on the battlefield. Let me just place it in a easier to see. I've just placed it above near the Saturn.
Scouts, yeah.
So I get to reveal 2 hidden enemy counters. So let me put that card away again now. And I'd like to reveal, please, the 2 markers that are just north and east of the Goldback Heights.
Oh, Goldback Heights. You want to know which one's real, which one's not?
Mm.
You sent out some scouts up there, did you? Okay, so
I did actually ask. I remember asking a few turns ago in the last video, I think it was. I said, "Have you got a squadron of light dragoons you can lend me?"
oh.
Let's have a look, forgetting that I had them in my back pocket all along.
So can you see those now?
Oh, there's Marat. So Marat is the one that's
Closest to doing
more dangerous to me. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So that means I now have to deploy him, does it?
Oh, probably.
Just read the scout card again.
Okay. Cards. If it is an actual formation, it is immediately deployed. So
right,
yeah,
so we need to pause here. Okay, that's the first time I've seen the scout card actually used in, I think, any game I've played. So well done. You've revealed Morat and my reserve cavalry.
Mm.
Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's get rid of the mood.
So Marat, at the head of Marat's column there is 4 brigades of cuirassiers. You've got a couple of half-horse batteries.
For the French, they're full horse batteries. I know for the Russians, they'd be classed as half horse batteries.
Yeah.
The Russians do love their guns. So after you've done that, who are you actually activating?
I'm going to try and activate my guards.
Mr.
Just Constantine on an 8. And I get an 8. So it will indeed be Constantine. And he needs to react to secure my line of communication. And the post house, which is just south of where Marat's column has appeared. Now, the only problem is the guards were not expecting this French outflanking maneuver. And the Guards' current orders are Austerlitz, which is going to make any maneuver I do interesting. I can't change. Can't.
Austerlitz.
It's Austerlitz. Yes.
Well,
yes,
you know, way over here.
That's opposite direction. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to see the Guards shuffle.
We're going to see a bit of shuffling. We might see a bit of independent movement if I'm lucky.
Well, they're the best guys to be able to do independent.
They are. To be fair, they are. Yeah. Yeah. It needs to be in number. The problem with independent movements is because it's a separate role for each unit. I could end up with just one or two being out there covering that road and being isolated. So I've got to be quite careful. So let's see, what do I do? What have I got? I've got some cavalry with a battery of horse artillery that is halfway there anyway. They're next to the post house. Is there any other cavalry? Yep, there's some more cavalry with another horse battery. The northernmost unit of the Guards, they would be another ideal candidate to move across. And possibly try and get some infantry into the post house. That's not going to happen this turn. So firstly, I need to zoom in on this area and do any regular moves first. So what regular moves would I like to do here?
Can I pause again when you ponder?
Yes, please. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's have a look. So, firstly, there's a unit of infantry under Artillery Regiment D, who are going to go, well, let me just take the terrain up. That's clear terrain, so they're going to go one into there, up into the slope X 2, 3. The Artillery Regiment B is going to move just one hex on top of that guard unit. Whoops. Just clicked on something I didn't mean to and moved my map. So that anchors the right wing a little. Then the next guard unit is going to move to there, along with that battery. There's some cavalry under there that I'm going to be rolling an IM for. Okay, and I'm going to be rolling IMs for the cavalry under Art Reg D. We haven't moved yet.
Can you highlight it using the Alt key and the?
Yeah.
That's better.
So there's 2 units moved into that hex, and there was a 3 SP strength cavalry unit.
See it.
Yeah.
They've got 8 morale.
So, yeah, so I'll roll an IM for them. They get an 11, so they can only move 1 hex this turn. But I've got to roll all my IMs first, haven't I? Or do I roll them?
No.
Do I do each one as it goes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what I shall do with that cavalry unit therefore is they can move just 1 hex now. Have you got any cavalry there close by? I don't think you have. Just move them to the flank. Okay. Next is Constantine's stack. They are 10, 9, 8, and 8. So I've got to roll 8 or less to move that entire stack IM. I get a 4. So they can move half movement The artillery only has a movement value of 3, so that'll be reduced to 1.5, round up to 2. They're on a road, they could move 3. No, it's 4 on that. That's not a trail, it's a road.
I think you add all the modifiers and then you half.
Oh,
they could roll. They could move 3 plus 2 for the road is 5. Half 5 is 2.5 round to 3.
Okay, mate.
So your infantry can move 3 and your artillery can move 3.
Yeah.
As long as they remain on the road, of course.
Should roll the unit to the east of them first because they're blocking the way.
But you didn't. No.
In fact, I think I'll go like that to there.
Okay. So they're only moving 2 movement points then.
Well, they can only move 2 if I'm not on using a road.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Next one is the easternmost unit, which I should have moved first. They are a 10 and a 9, so I need a 9 or less. I get a 5. So they can move 3 plus 2 for the road would be a 5, would be 8, sorry. So they can move up to 4. Using the road movement. Next will be, I'll highlight them. This unit here, a 10, a 10 and a 7. I get an 8, so 1 hex only. And the final unit here, an 8, a 10 and a 9. So I need to get an 8 or less. Yeah. So they can move, they're 8, 6 and 6. So we can move 3 hexes, or 3 MPs rather. Does it cost anything to move down a slope? No, it's just up.
That's the other game that you got to pay for artillery going down slope.
Of course, yeah. There we go. No, I think I'm better off down there in case you try to come around the road. Okay, that's the guard done. Let me activate him. And the turn roll, 7. Take the move markers off. Back to the French. Are the French reacting this time?
No, it's a pass. The 6, back to you.
So it's all the action's going to be in the center for me. It's my cavalry, or Colerath's 4th column. Who is the most important? Because this high roll is the end of turn roll is going to come. I think we're going to try and activate Liechtenstein's 5th column, the cavalry, which will be on an 8. I get a 3. So will there be any firing? Let me see. Now their orders are Puntovitz. Now which hex of Puntovitz is it? I have to stay within range of. Okay, the one that's closest. So Liechtenstein, the closest unit from this activated column, is 6 hexes from Pontivitz. So if he does move, he's got to stay within 6 hexes. One, two, three. If he moves, if I want him to end his move there, that will be 3. Now, if he fired from that position first, that would be at +3 to leave. So now he wouldn't be able to reach that hex, which is where I want him. So I will not be firing. So he stayed within 6 hexes of his orders.
Okay.
You know what I've got left and how to stack them.
Yeah, some good units there, isn't there?
Some not bad units. One. Two.
They're a bit rubbish.
Yeah, so I'm looking at them.
This is why the turn needed to end so long ago.
Say that again.
This is why the turn needed to end so long ago.
For the French to take advantage of that. Well, yeah, I still haven't been able to fully close the gap. I have closed it, but not very well. Now I've got to be careful of, I don't know where your guard are still, but wherever they are, they're going to be either northwest or north of Colorado 4th column, and they are super strong. I need to retain some kind of threat. I'm not able to have everyone. I want them to. How far is he from Pontivitz? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Uhlans are 7 from Pontivitz there. They're just going to move 1 further away from their orders, but they're only moving 1 hex, so it's all right. Joined by that cavalry unit, joined by that horse artillery. Right, how far is he from Pontivitz? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hexes. That's it. We're leaving some in reserve in the center there. Okay. That's the cavalry corps moved. End of turn. 5. Take the move markers off.
Okay. I'm now going to do the Imperial Guard.
Ah! Okay.
All right, so they're on a 9. They finally off their arse and they can't. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. All right, I will move the Emperor. Well, I'll try and activate the Emperor. He's on an 11.
Yeah, you got to try.
Okay. Yeah, I think the rally's got to be within his range, isn't it? Within his within.
Yeah.
What's the range? 6x. Oh.
Yeah, 6x's in this one.
6x in this one. Okay.
The only way to do it without the Emperor is if you can rally a unit anywhere if you use an activation from a leader without doing anything else.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So the Emperor's got 10 movements, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ah, very clever.
Okay, so that's his second activation. End of turn die roll. Yes.
You did it.
Woo! I'd rather have the guard move, but that's okay. That's okay.
So I shall move it over to turn starting and move it to 10 o'clock.
Don't move it. Don't move it yet to 10 o'clock. We've got still things to do.
Oh, okay. I'll put it back. Now we have got some phases to do, haven't we?
Strategic movement segments. Okay. My guard haven't moved, so they are entitled to a move.
Yes. Same with my 4th column.
Okay. And the French go first. Okay, but I can't move anywhere within 4 hexes. So Colorath 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see.
You've got 3 unit counters.
1, 3, 4. Is anyone within 4 of that one? 1, 2. That's still legitimate. So 1, 2. That's wait. What's on the back of that counter? 3.
I can't see.
It should be on your map.
Say again? Oh, sorry. Yes, it is. Yeah, a 3. Forgive me. It is. Yeah, I had to squint.
All right, so
a small font.
3 there. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't go any closer than that. And 1, 2, 3. Using the benefit of the road. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you'd be spotted there. Oh no, sorry, it's French unit.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You'd be spotted by your own men, is what I meant to say.
Okay. Do I want that? Is that what I want? No, I don't.
You really, really want.
That'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. No, that'll do. That'll do. Right. So, Colorat.
Did the other counter not move? The other guard unit. Oh, okay. Now, strategic movement, is that only for units that haven't been deployed, or is it for units that are deployed but haven't moved?
Any formation that hasn't moved.
Yeah.
That's not even true. Any formation that hasn't had 2 activations can get an activation.
Yes. Okay. And his orders are Gershkovitz. And I cannot move within four hexes of a French unit for obvious reasons. So I can certainly tidy up that line. So the Guard are coming across a quite wide front there, and I've got no idea which one's real. So all I can do is link up with the right wing and form a better defence. So in the town itself, I've got a cavalry unit in that town that I don't want in there because there's penalties. So let me just shut him out of the way first. One hex away from orders, but just one hex. There's no cavalry in this formation. He's got 11 strength points there. I think he'd be better off behind the slope. So just move one hex. This guy will move laterally. Okay, that's them done. So he's activated once.
I don't have anyone else. Do you have anyone else? I don't think you do.
For strategic movement, no.
No. Okay. Then it's routes. I'll do mine first. Okay, so artillery will go 1, 2. Infantry will go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a shame. That now equals.
Oh, it's a bit gutting.
Yeah, 3 stacks now.
Yeah. Right, I've got some routing to do. What have I got here? I've got artillery.
Oh, I've got also, wait a minute, I've got one over on where Davu is.
Oh, yeah, right at the other side of the map.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right, so I do apologise. Back to you.
It's all right, I'd forgotten about them. Okay, artillery. 1. You can only move 1 hex because they're moving into a slope. The infantry can move 3. What's that? Slope hex? It's 2 for inf. So 1, 2. Is that a slope?
I'm not seeing them move on my map. If you're moving them.
Oh, it's near Hollybits. at the north, near the guard. I don't know if you're looking at the wrong part of the map. I've moved an artillery unit.
Oh, I forgot about those routed guys. Sorry. Yeah. We both got multiple routers.
Yeah. So there's an artillery unit moved down the slope onto that slope hex, which he's only got 2 movement points, so that uses them all up. Now there's 2 other units in the original hex, both have 3 movement points.
Shouldn't they be routing towards?
Well, they're routing to, yeah, that's where they are routing to. The artillery have moved 1 hex from there to
all right,
there.
yeah, got it. Yeah.
The infantry, 2 units of infantry, they've got 3 MPs. So it takes them, moving on to the slope hex is 2 movement points. And then they'll move into Hollybits with their remaining movement point. That's the 3 for them. And then where's my nearest line of communications? It's Austerlitz. Oh, you know what? What have I done? I've got to move. I've got to move through that bloody good ordered formation on the slope.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no adverse event from that because they're not in the initial route phase. But is there a so I've got 11
route contagion.
Yeah, there's no route contagion if they're not in the
if it's only doing the initial 3 hex route.
Yes, yeah, that's what I was panicking about. So what have I got in there? I've got 8 points of artillery and 11, so that's 19, and I've got 5, so that leaves 11. So I've got 5 there and 4 there, so that's 9. So the artillery can move that 1 hex into there, all right. It's all they can move because of the slope. There's +1 to move up 1. The infantry can move 3, so it's +1 to move up 1, which is 2 of them, and 1 more is 3 to there. So I've got a routed unit on top of the good order unit, sadly, and infantry unit made it a little bit further.
That's all the route move then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's remove all the moves. Okay, no victory condition triggers at the moment. Remove all activation markers. No demoralization levels yet need to be checked. Okay, now you can move the 10 marker, sir.
Oh, it's exciting. Turn starting 10 o'clock.
I think that'd be a good time to end the episode.
Yes, I think you might be right.
Okay, so I'll do my end of turn sequence here, additional. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed what you've been seeing. 10 a.m. Who's going to get the initiative? Are we going to be able to change any orders? Because now's the time that we can do so. And yeah, all to play for. Turn went on a bit longer than I really wanted. It's allowed Mark to at least get a full line there, or sort of line there. There's an interesting situation in the centre there between Prats and Starvinnerharad, where he's got 2 cavalry stacks holding effectively nearly a kilometre of front, but that's okay. I've got no one there threatening it yet. So yeah, I enjoyed that. How did you feel it went, Mark?
I think I was lucky with the activation rules, and the end of turn coming so late. Quite happy.
Quite happy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as I say, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't hit the like hit the like button if you've enjoyed what you're watching. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, why not? When I actually put a video up, and also hit the alert bell button as well. So until next time, all the best.
Cheerio.